Is it easy to create a humanoid robot? Why don't androids still bring us coffee or clean our streets? Against the background of the promise of Elon Musk to present a prototype of a smart humanoid robot, TeslaBot, as early as next year, we decided to look into whether it's possible and at the same time talk about the most advanced research humanoids in the world. First off, we want to say right away that Elon Musk's promise at Tesla AI Day to create humanoid robots has a lot to do with his PR activities. In fact, this is Musk's way of letting shareholders, investors, and fans know that Tesla is working on interesting products aimed at the future. The entrepreneur says, frankly, that the robot probably won't be working yet, but he also expresses confidence that the success found in Tesla's batteries, sensors, and actuators, as well as its accumulated experience in autonomous movement, will allow the company to develop an Optimus robot for boring and repetitive tasks. The robot is 173 centimeters high and weighs about 56 kilograms and can move at speeds of about 8 kilometers per hour. It will have a screen instead of a face and Tesla autopilot cameras in its head. At the same time, the robot will be created friendly, but just in case, Musk promised to make it so that people could run away or overpower it. Should we believe the entrepreneur's promises? First of all, it's impossible to not admit that Musk has done something in the field of rocket science and electric cars that no one has been able to do ever. His promise to build a humanoid will at least bring more attention to robotics, perhaps inspiring young people to choose this new career, and that's great. But will Elon be able to build a humanoid for common tasks by next year, or ever for that matter? Let's first understand the difficulty of creating general-purpose humanoid robots. The humanoid form is the most impractical for a robot because it's the most unstable. The first version of the Atlas robot was 183 centimeters tall, but then the company reworked the design, limiting it to 1.5 meters, as it's easier for this robot to keep its balance. Boston Dynamics' Atlas robot is a true ace of balance. But to achieve this, the team of engineers needed more than 10 years of hard work. They had to create from scratch a light and powerful battery, invent all the structural elements, and print them on a 3D printer to reduce the weight of the robot as much as possible without losing the structural integrity. We've talked about Atlas many times in the past, and if you want to learn more, see the video here at the link in the tip. And then there were years of working on algorithms to move and keep the robot balanced, as well as creating a library of hundreds of individual movements for it to have something to lean on as it calculates its every step. Atlas even knows how to use its whole body weight and maintain his balance with arm movements. And while the robot is now the most agile in the world, the answer to the question of whether it can navigate in an unpredictable and unstructured human environment without any training is unequivocally a no. And you can't exactly send it shopping, as Musk said he would like it to do. However, there is a digit robot for such an environment, and its creators, the engineers from Agility Robotics, began creating 2 legs capable of moving steady around a park or staircase, and noticed that their design is not all human-like. When they got a steady gait from Cassie's platform, the developers attached a torso with arms to it, and within a year had achieved a fairly steady gait and carrying a load at the company office and a bit on small hills around it. The robot can autonomously figure out how to securely grasp a box on the table and lift it up, but the direction of movement and avoiding obstacles is still controlled by the operator. With all of that said, all of the electronics inside the robot's body are exclusive and custom-made just for Cassie, and it's really cool. But there's still a long way to go before the digit robot performs common everyday tasks. Atlas and Digit move by relying on camera perception, but there are humanoids that do that without them. For example, the research humanoid Lola of the Department of Applied Mechanics at the Technical University of Munich, a robot that has been in development for over 6 years but is still in its early stages. Lola stands at 176 centimeters tall and weighs 68 kilograms. The kinematic structure resembles 26 electrically driven joints that are driven by DC motors. Most of them have high ratio gears as well as rotary angle sensors for position sensing. Both legs have configurable 6-axis force movement sensors and 4 binary contact switches, each to measure ground reaction forces and contact status. Additional 6-axis force movement sensors are located inside the arms, and accelerators and circular laser gyroscopes assist the upper body with inertial stabilization. The head is equipped with video sensors that provide a 3-dimensional view of the environment around the robot. But Lola can walk blindly as well, without any terrain data. However, the height of obstacles for such walking is still limited, and external influences are not yet provided. Lola has also recently learned to walk using additional points of contact, for example, hands to keep her balance. All of these robots can walk more or less independently, but none of them can cross the intersection in front of your house or go to the store and pick you a ripe watermelon. Is it possible to load a Tesla autopilot into them? Probably yes, but will it help them move anywhere but the roads around it? Obeying traffic signals? Definitely not. Are there robots capable of wielding arms like a human? Yes, like Toyota's THR3. It can walk, balance, and handle most things with the same dexterity as a human. And those who have been watching us for a long time know why. Because the THR3 is a robot avatar, nimble, agile, and completely incapable of autonomous behavior. What other humanoid robots do we know? Well, the robot Sophia from Hanson Robotics. Sophia is a big promoter of humanoid robotics. She is constantly shuttling around the world, shooting for fashion magazines and performing at all kinds of events, from UN sessions to TV shows. Recently, one of Sophia's sisters became a nurse, and the creators have promised to release 1,000 robots this year. But there's no talk of autonomy or artificial intelligence here. The robot is quite simple in its functions. In fact, Sophia is a simple chatbot on wheels, but with a human-like appearance and facial expressions. Iranian engineers unveiled their humanoid robot, Surin 4, in 2020. 50 researchers worked on the robot for 4 years. It's able to track objects and perform a number of hand manipulations, including with tools and fragile objects. Special force sensors in the lower part of the foot help the robot step over uneven surfaces, adjusting the angle and position of each foot, and its speed is 0.7 kilometers per hour. The robot is not highly dynamic like Atlas, and its autonomy is still very, very limited. Still, a robot capable of moving on floors and stairs, opening doors, bypassing obstacles, recognizing people, playing chess, and even giving massages is already there. It's the humanoid butler Robot Walker X from UBTech Robotics. It's the first commercial, full-size humanoid robot in China. And although it's still as tall as a sitting human, Walker X replicates the structures of a real human body, including 5-fingered hands. Its body is driven by 41 servo motors, and it can lift objects with a paddle just under 3 kilograms. The robot communicates using speech recognition and synthesis, as well as through a screen built into the head. Autonomously move Walker X helps the system slam. To navigate, the robot uses depth cameras located inside the head, chest, and abdomen. With their help, the robot can detect and bypass obstacles, as well as move away from people and other moving objects when they come too close. Maximum walking speed is 3 kilometers per hour. It's possible that the robot is quite useful inside the house. However, it's not designed for things outside. So what's the bottom line here? Can Elon Musk, with the investment effort and money, create a general-purpose humanoid robot? Perhaps, but such a development would take years, because while rocket technology and electric cars, even autopilots, have existed before, the technology for an intelligent and dynamic humanoid robot simply does not exist yet. Most likely, Tesla will succeed in building a robot, that is, in developing its design. But really, this is the easiest part. But whether Tesla's robot will go further and become actually intelligent and autonomous remains to be seen. Subscribe to the Pro Robot channel, like this video, don't miss any new episodes from the world of robotics.